Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at an onboarding client automation that is very useful for you to integrate into your websites and to onboard clients seamlessly and send them an email automatically when they sign up for your forms. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a look at the workflow that we designed here. And this is the client's onboarding automation form. So essentially the way that the client works is that when a client submits a form, it cleans the data, sends that information over to multiple agents. One is going to go ahead and send them a welcome message automatically in a draft. And the other one is going to go ahead and send them a terms of service contract in a draft as well. And then eventually provide you a Slack message identifying that, hey, by the way, you've got a new form and a new client who wants to onboard so that you can go ahead and integrate your entire team on it. So this is an incredibly useful tool here for obtaining leads very, very quickly and seamlessly to your business. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick demo here of how it all functions. Essentially, when a client is onboarded, you can go ahead and embed this URL to your website, but essentially for now, it's just the client onboarding form. It has their full name, email, company name, industry, and services required. So I'm going to go ahead and add Antonio R. My email is going to be CEO@solvent.life. My company name is going to be Solvent Life. The industry I'm looking for is I'm in finance. And the services required, let's say you're a web development company. I need a web development made. If I'm going to go ahead and say, I need a website creative for my business. And I need the start date by, let's say, the 11th. And we'll go ahead and click submit, and we'll see how this functions right here. So you can see that immediately it grabs the information, it cleans the data over to the AI agent. It goes ahead to the welcome client and drafts an email automatically. Additionally, the second AI agent will go ahead and create a terms of service contract, which then will draft an email for a client and then also provide you with a Slack message. So we can see in here in our Slack that we've connected up that there has been a Slack message provided here. So you can see terms of service contract set out for March 11th. Between Antonio R, the client, and your company, which you can go ahead and put your company name in. The purpose of the contract is to outline terms with the service provider, blah, blah, blah. So it'll go ahead and send you an entire draft, which you can then easily edit and then send to your client. Additionally, this has been notified in Slack. So my team members at a moment's notice can know, hey, we've got a new client who wants to be onboarded. And we need to go ahead and get them this offer right away. They want website development. They're interested. They're ready to buy right now. So it'll help your business streamline clients when onboarding them. Now, if we go into our emails here, we can see in the draft section, you can see right here that the terms of service contract has been made automatically, which is fantastic to see. So you can see here, terms of service contract between the individual has been made, blah, blah, blah. It's done that automatically for me, all in a matter of seconds as soon as the individual has inputted their form. Now, all I need to do from a business perspective is just make little edits. Let's say you can add your company name here. You can also do this in the AI agent as well. Add the total amount you want to charge. If you have a total amount already, you have fixed in a fixed rate, you can just add that in there. So let's say total amount, $5,000 as your retainer. And blah, 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 late payments of 5% after 7 days, let's say, within 2 days of invoice receipt. So we can add this all automatically within the agent itself, or you can do it manually. But for now, just for demo purposes, I'm showing you that this particular type of bot can essentially automate your entire onboarding process for you. Additionally, it'll go ahead and give them an area to sign so they can easily print out this email, sign it, and then return it to you. You can onboard the end client immediately, right? So going back to the workflow here, we can see what's actually in it. So what we have here is a client onboarding form, and this is a trigger. Now, what this will do is it utilizes a test URL. Currently we're utilizing a test URL. In production, we're going to utilize a production URL, and we can embed this to our websites. Now, I'm not sure what website design you use, but I use Framer, because it's the easiest and most seamless way to do it. And what I will do in this case is I'll go ahead and copy this specific URL here, and I would go over to my website. Let's say I'm building a separate website for AI automation, right? This is one of my businesses. We provide AI agents to specific businesses in the United States, right? We can go ahead and add a section here with book a discovery call. Let's say you wanted to add it in here. You just simply click it. You'd click the actual URL here, and there's a link section right here. In this case, I have my calendar, but I can go ahead and add in, let's say, my URL. So every time someone clicks that, now the form will pop up and I can onboard an individual automatically, sending them a contract. Anyways, going back to the workflow here, it'll grab all of this information. So it'll grab their full name, it'll grab their email, their company name. These are all fields that are added here, just in the form elements section. So essentially the description is fill out the form, which is just what's the title of the form can be. You can also name it your company name. So in this case, you can say solvents.life client onboarding form, just to personalize it, right? And then we can go ahead and grab all this information from the user. We can keep adding more informations and add if it's a required field or not. In this case, the date is not required, but we can make it all customizable for our use case. Moving forward, we're going to go ahead and clean the data. So what this is doing is essentially it's stringifying the data in a way that the AI agent can easily understand it and then draft emails and terms of service agreements automatically for you on the fly. So essentially what it's done here is it's inputted all this information, which is all my information that I grabbed from a user coming in here, and it's spitting it out in a stringified form. So we have our name, email, company name, yada, yada. And it's all done on JSON strings. These JSON strings are just plug and play. So let's say you have a name here, your full name here. So if I took this away, it's just as simple as dragging and dropping it into your field. So in this case, it's a clean data node. We'll grab this and place it into the string node. Simple as that. And we do this respectively for every single section here, for the email, for the company name, industry, services required, and the start date. Moving on, we have our first AI agent node. So in this case, it's cleaned the data in a nice way, and it's putting it into here. So we write a personalized welcome email with the email section for Solvent Industries. Here you can add your company name. Doesn't have to be Solvent Industries. They're in a specific industry and need services for blah, blah, blah. The services will start on blah, blah, blah. The tone should be professional yet friendly. Mention that we're excited to work with them. Also receiving a separate email in terms of the service agreement that they'll simply have to sign or respond to the email with. So it's done all of this automatically. And then the output you can see. So based off of the clean data, this is the output. Welcome to Solvent Industries, yada, yada, yada. So it's drafting that email. Once that's done, it's going to go ahead and send that to the welcome client. That welcome client will grab that output right here and structure it in a way that is easy for an email to be sent off to an individual in a structured format. So in this case, it's grabbed it, it's made the subject, it's made the body, it's made all of it formatted in a way that's nice and professional for our use case. After that, it's as simple as adding a Gmail node, which is a draft node. So under here, it's create draft. So that's just as simple as going to Gmail, and then it'll go ahead and say create draft here. Create draft right there. So create draft is what you want to click. And that you can easily grab and input in there. So inside the actual email, you can see that it's as simple as grabbing the information from the content subject output from the AI agent. It's resource, it's a draft operation. You're creating that draft subject. You're adding the JSON string from the message content, and then obviously the body of content as well. So you're grabbing the subject and then the actual body of the message. That is all set and done. If you want to completely automate this section, you can add an additional node here with the Gmail section and just add a send message section. So in this case, you would add a send a message node. That would just be as simple as adding your credential, grabbing and dropping the subject, the line, the output essentially from the welcome client right here. So all of this information, and then inputting it to here. So that would automatically create the draft and then send the email automatically. So, but for our use cases, I want to make sure that every client that I'm sending an informational email to is perfect, because we don't get that many clients and they're high retainer clients. So I want to make sure that it's done right. So for that case, we've added the TOS, terms of service agent, which essentially is an agent that creates a terms of service contract Now, all of this information can be found in the link in the description. You can grab this URL and you can just plop it and play as you want in your n8n. But essentially, it's a very simple AI agent. It's just connected with an OpenAI model. That's super simple stuff right there to get set up. Terms of service contract method is simply just drafting the terms of service with the information that it's cleaned from. So it's taking that clean data over there again, and then it's go ahead and drafting the email in the same way that we're drafting it to the client. So in this case, we're just drafting it. On top of that, it's going to go ahead and put that in a Slack message. So this is the cool part. So we've added our Slack here as a trigger. Now you just have to add a credential on Slack and you can add it to any specific case. So in this case, I've added it to my Slack account. You'll need to either send it to a channel or a user. I've decided to send it to a channel instead because I have my entire team on there. They can see if there's anything, so I don't have to be the only one looking at specific TOS contracts coming in for our clients, right? And then they can take it from there and then close a client and obtain a retainer for our businesses, for my business particularly. So, but essentially we're grabbing the message text here in a expression here. So essentially it's grabbing the terms of service, it's automatically formatting it, and then it's sending it to me in a Slack message. And this is super useful when dealing with teams and onboarding clients seamlessly, because then everybody's informed exactly when you get a client onboarded. So there's no way in chance that you're going to miss a client wanting to be onboarded for your business, which will help streamline your revenue growth process so you can obtain high levels of monthly recurring revenue. Once it's done, all you need to do is click activate the agent. It's as simple as that. And then you can embed this link, this production URL, not the test URL, but the production URL, which is this, to any link you want on any website you have. I don't know what websites you use, but it's as simple as plugging and play. When a user clicks it, like I said again, it will open up this test workflow, or in this case, the production workflow. It won't say that it's a test of your form because it's going to be on production. And then the individuals can go ahead and add their information here. So it's really, really, really easy nowadays for individuals to automate these types of annoying, mundane, monotonous tasks of onboarding these clients effectively and sending them the overall contract. So you're cutting costs from not only your employees grabbing this information, conducting this information, sending off to the client, but you're also you're saving money on the fact that your employees now, or yourself as a solo business owner, is not spending time on this. So you're spending time on the stuff that actually matters, which is fulfilling your clients' needs, right? Anyways, if you like that type of stuff and you want to see more content like this, then give me a like below, and we'll build stuff like this that can definitely help your business in future when automating for clients. And I'd love to see you guys in the overall link in the description below as well if you'd like to grab all this information for free. And you can just go ahead and plop it and play it into your n8n and streamline your workflow process. Thanks again, guys.